energy in this term and in quantum physics terms, and how one little atom knows that the other atom has changed its direction a million miles away. What I'm saying to you is that energy is intelligence. It is an all-knowing intelligence. And we can actually work with that intelligence. We can direct it. We can play with it. Okay, we can connect with it. And we can choose. And so I have these really nifty devices called energy measuring rods. Anybody ever seen these before? Have you ever seen anything like it? Anybody know about some of the old timers who use dowsing? Anybody work with dowsing principles? Okay. These rods are very interesting. This is a very simple version of the dowsing rods. You know, where I come from in Alberta, you have the big oil companies, and they go out to find natural gas in underwater rivers, and they're always and so they can bring on the fancy machines that cost tens of thousands of dollars, or the guy comes up with a willow dowsing rod. You know, it's kind of a V-shaped, and he walks along, and pretty soon he's saying, "Oh, that's where the water's running. It's this and it's going in this direction," and he's giving you all of this without ever having to get some fancy machine, okay? Electromagnetic energy, water. Our body is mostly water. Every thought is a thought impulse. And so what I want to show you, these rods are on spindles. So they just kind of move quite freely. It's hard to make them move a certain way. They move very, very freely, and they're made from copper because we know that copper picks up any fluctuation in energy very quickly, okay? What I want to show you and hopefully bring home is that every thought that you're having is generating an energy outside of your head. Do you want to see this, or should we just bypass it? Okay, just kidding. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. So who wants to come up? Who wants to come up and play with this? Who'd just like to try it out? Come on up. Let's just see what it does. A lot of times our energy will do different things depending on what's happening with us. So please come on up. What's your name?
Ron.
Ron? Okay, Ron. Okay, I like the T-shirt.
I'm not from Canada.
I know, but I like the T-shirt. Oh, you wish you were from Canada.
That's right.
Everybody wishes they were from Canada, people. Come on. I mean, and this is Vancouver, my favorite place in Canada. Okay, Ron, ever had this kind of experience before?
Divine water.
Okay, so you have an idea how it works, right? So your job right now is very easy. It's just to stand and breathe and relax, okay? That's all he does. My job is to get grounded, okay? Because I want to be a neutral ground for these. I don't want to have to impact them in any which way. Just come forward a little bit. That's good. I just want the light to be good. And if anybody needs to move up and have a look, come and have a look, okay? No worries. Okay, so I want to hold these as upright to a 90-degree angle. I tuck in my elbows so that they're stable. And I ground my feet, I take a breath, and I relax. And on this ship right now, that's going to be fun. But we're just going to see how these rods come up and pick up on Ron's energy, okay? So Ron, I'm just going to see if you have any energy, and if you do, what is it doing, okay? All right, so right now, the rods have picked up on some kind of an energy field around him. They're equidistant apart, okay? So that's telling me that his energy is quite balanced on both his right and left hemisphere. And you know, had he had a bad injury or there was a blockage on his left arm or something, these would not be opening fully. But this is a good sign. Now, we're not also sure if his energy is circuiting properly, which means sometimes, you know, whatever you do during the day, everything opposite happens. Sometimes our energy is short-circuiting because we haven't had enough water or we're tired, haven't slept enough. So just to make sure, Ron, that we have the right answers here, I'm going to ask you to visualize. If I were to visualize like your energy is like a balloon around you, and we divide that balloon into half, the left and the right-hand side, I want you to pick one side, either your left or your right. When you have that in your mind, I want you to deflate that side, okay? So pick a left or right-hand side. You have that? Okay, now just imagine that only that side is deflating, okay? So look what's happening when he's having a thought that my energy is deflating on one side. Oh, were you deflating your left, Ron? Excellent. Sometimes you're going to deflate the left and the right moves, and then we know we have to correct your energy flow. Okay? Now just tell it to go back to neutral. Just send out the thought. He is thinking the word neutral and sending a command. Look what he's doing. Where's the oohs and ahs, guys? I mean, it's just like... Oh, thank you. They're so enthusiastic, I tell you. Okay. All right. So now we know that we're going to get a correct reading. And by the way, he just moved something 3 feet away from him by thinking. Okay. When we have a positive thought or something that represents a positive in our lives, our energy will automatically expand. The rods will move towards me. Ron, think of somebody or something, some situation, past or present, that just is very joyful for you, okay? Very lots of love. And when he starts to think that, immediately, I'm going to move away because these are coming back at me, okay? Look what's happening to his energy field. Opening right up. Okay? There's more life force, there's more light, there's more energy there for him. Okay? And if you've worked a little bit with energy, you can use, and if you listen to your body, you can feel the difference in your body. Like I feel lighter, or I feel warmer, or more at ease, right? Okay, now release that thought, Ron, for a minute. Just let it go and tell these to go to neutral. Okay, so he is sending these rods back to neutral now. Okay, let's do the reverse. Is there a situation that's causing you grief or has caused you grief or was just something that was a negative? Recall that, if you will, please. Look what happens. Look at what happens to the energy when we're running something that is taking energy away from us. Okay? And how does it feel? I mean, obviously anything negative doesn't feel good anyways, right? Okay, let's release that. Let's just go to neutral. Okay? Now remember I was telling you that physically energy is real. I think of everything in terms of physics. Is there a food that you really like that you're not sure you should have a lot of? Okay? Okay? Think about it in your mind and let's see what your body tells us. Okay? And is this a food where dosage will make a difference? Like 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, that kind of thing? Or is it any food? Just think of having your usual dosage of that food, okay? And now he's going to have this food because he thinks he likes it. What is his body telling him? Don't do it. Because it just crashed his energy out. So whenever he brings that food into his body, it brings his energy down. And to your mind, by the way, there's no difference in doing an act and thinking about it. Physiologically, quantum physics has shown this, you have the same physiological response. Energetically, it's the same. So if some of you think you're not guilty because you only think about things and not do them, I have news for you. Okay, handcuffs are all ready. We're getting you all put away. Okay, let that go. So was that accurate for you, that you knew? Okay, all right. Now I want to show you folks how you can have an impact. Here is Ron. Here's a nice man with a nice T-shirt from Canada, so he's got to be a good guy. I want you to send him good thoughts. Send him positive thoughts about how great his shirt looks and wow, okay? Just send him positive energy. Look what happens to his field when all of you start to, here it comes, when all of you start to beam him with this energy. Look at that. Whoa. And could you feel that? It's amazing. Right now, I know we're just trying to keep ourselves standing, but okay? You more than 2.5 times this field opened up by your positive thoughts towards him from 30, 50 feet away. Okay? Now, I could, if I was not a nice guy, follow this up with the opposite of that, but I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you to bask in that thought. Thank you so much, Ron. We can have time for one more. Who wants to come up and just get a quick...
I just want to ask you one question.
You have a question? Okay, yes.
How can we be sure that you don't push the
You can never be sure. I'll talk. I'm keeping you after class, Adrian. That's it, you know. He's good. If I try to move these, they don't respond because they're on spindles. Like I can't make them move because they're not fixed. See? They're on spindles. Yeah? And Ron knew what he was thinking about, and Ron knew what the answer should be. So, okay, one more person who wants a quick little, just one other person who wants to say, hey, okay, come on up. Come on up from back there. Okay? Every thought impulse, everything that's been created has an energy signature that will either improve or take away. It will actually be harmful or neutral. We can ask questions because that subconscious that's 9/10 underneath us. Hello and welcome.
Hello there.
Hi. Okay.
Give me positive, guys. Positive.
Oh, no. We're going to do the negative part right now. It's yeah, we've done the part. Okay, so you just relax. I'm just going to show you.
I am, but
Yeah.
the ship is moving. I
That's
don't have
okay.
very good balance.
You're fine. We don't want that
Okay.
thought. Put out the thought, I have extremely great balance. That's the
I
thought.
have extremely good
Okay, we could
balance.
even test her on this, whether she believes it or she's just saying it, okay?
No, I do.
Okay, here we go. Look, no, you don't touch it. You just,
I don't touch.
okay, here you go. Look, your energy is looking good. Okay, Dolores, can you pick your right or left hand? Just think of one side of your body and make that, visualize that rod coming in close to you like a magnet, okay? Imagine that side has become totally magnetic and it's now coming in close to you. Oh my gosh. Were you working with your right?
I don't believe it. It's right, the right hand.
See?
Honestly.
Doubter?
I am a doubter. I don't believe this, but it worked.
Okay, so see, you're getting so good at this. Why don't you tell it to go to neutral now? Just send it back. Say neutral. See, energy responds to ease, not effort. So you don't have to push or try. Oh, there you go. Okay, now we're going to ask you, should we ask you questions about, like, do you love your husband or stuff like that? Or should we not go there?
Go there.
Okay, so Dolores, since he's not here, we can do this, okay? Dolores, how do you feel about Larry? See, now energy never lies, okay? So as we're saying, how do you feel about Larry? She's thinking about him. Oh my God, thank God. Oh, I was sweating bullets there, okay? But thank God her energy opened up. I did this with an executive once in an executive seminar and asked him about his mother-in-law. You should have seen the energy. Wow, I'm so happy to hear that. Okay, let's send it back to neutral. Okay, just think neutral. It'll just do it on its own, no effort, okay? But you see, she had a thought of somebody in her life that is a positive, and guess what? She was able to the energy never lies. That's why we use these as great lie detectors for kids in the house. You know, how was your exam? Did you pass? You know? Yeah, they try to pull a fast one a couple of times, then they know it won't work. Okay, Dolores, you want to think of something, what do you want to do? You want to think of, have you ever had a question in your mind about, is something stressful for you, or is dessert good for you, or anything like that? I mean, is anything in mind that you've been wondering about, that you want to see if your energy can speak to it?
Yes.
Okay. Think about it as clearly as you can, okay? Try to make it very easy, because sometimes it's not a yes or no, it's sometimes a maybe, and sometimes it's in between. So just think about this thing, whether it's a positive or a negative for you, okay? And right now I'm getting a neutral. It means it's not really negative or positive, so do you need to reframe that? See, it just responds to what is there. And sometimes if you're not to know an answer, it won't respond, it will just sit, okay? Okay, are you reframing it, the question again, in a way that's easier for it to measure or accurately?
Well, maybe I'm not asking the right thing. Repeat what you want me to do.
Okay, just ask about anything in your life that, like, look, I love coffee, but I can argue with you that I love coffee, but it may be really toxic to my body. So instead of arguing with myself, I just test.
Okay.
The energy will tell me that coffee is toxic, even though I've convinced myself it's not. You
Okay,
understand?
okay.
So we lie to ourselves, but energy never lies.
Okay.
Okay, so think of something very simple. No? You're okay. Your energy came up a little bit. Go figure.
I can eat lots of sweets.
There you go. She likes sweets. And
I
so,
love
see,
sweets.
and your energy didn't crash. So your body tends to handle sweets better. You see, what we would do is we would look at dosage. Like if it was coffee, we'd go 1 cup, 2 cups, 3, and at a certain point it would crash out, you see? So, but at least you asked about sugar and its effect on you, and somehow your body tends to be able to metabolize it better. Okay? That doesn't mean you can go out and eat all the desserts on the high
going
tea
to
today.
high tea.
We're going to be in high tea watching Dolores today, okay? And I'm bringing the rods. Thank you.